Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Kitty. On my channel, as you can tell, I like to tell scary stories. We also do occasional vlogs, a lot of live streams, makeup related videos, thrift hauls, and stories of my personal life. So if one of those categories interests you, make sure to subscribe right now. As you can tell by the title, we are going to do a scary stories video. It has been a minute. I am trying my best to get back on track here and be more consistent with my videos, so please bear with me. But I know you guys been waiting for one, so let's get started. Our first story comes from Taos, New Mexico. I lived in Taos, New Mexico. I was 13 at the time, and my stepdad had gone to jail for a bit. So my mom, my little sister, and I had moved in with her side piece's friend on the... Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Stepdad was in jail. Mom, little sister, and I moved in with my mom's side piece's friend on the res in a nice 3-bedroom house. Well, shout out to the side piece because he done took care of you when times were hard. Okay, let's get back into this. We lived in a 3-bedroom house with a ladder that led to the roof. The house was located by a dirt road that had the house tucked in with medium-sized dirt road leading to it. We had no neighbors. We had a horse run, an old barn-like storage in the backyard as well. Anyways, the guys went to the mountains to hunt or something. It was late at night, around 1 to 2 a.m. My mom, my sister, and me were in the living room watching a movie that coincidentally was about a house being built on a mound. We finished it and was looking for something else to watch when suddenly we heard footsteps. If I could compare any type of footsteps, it sounded like a small child's. On our roof, we paused in shock. The footsteps kept going and kept jumping from one area of the house to another. In a second, the footsteps got faster and faster. This lasted about 3 to 5 minutes. My mom yelled, "Stop!" And then I heard from the window behind me, by the front door, a thud onto the floor. I was terrified. I remember me texting the guys like, "Are you guys doing that?" And they were utterly confused because they were miles away. My mom called them and told them to come home immediately. They got back after an hour, and I remember them grabbing the ladder and throwing it on the ground. There is another instance of this around 6 p.m. I was home alone watching a movie and eating when the same exact thing happened. I called my mom and ran and locked the door, terrified. To this day, I don't speak of those stories due to the native belief that is bad luck to speak of them. But I don't live on the res anymore, so I thought I'd share my story with you, Kitty. Thank you so much for listening. Blessings to you. So apparently these were little people on the roof, which is creepy. Wow, that's a first that I've heard them on the roof. I don't know, man. The little people interest me. I've told plenty of stories here on my channel about little people, and I've heard a lot of stories from northern people about the little people. Up that way, they seem more like tricksters. Down my way, they kind of just are trying to survive. And then lately, I've been hearing like Navajo people talk about little people, which is crazy because I've never heard that tribe talk about little people. So I'm wondering if they're like, they've always been around on the Navajo res or if they're migrating there. I don't know. But either way, they're creepy and I hope I never see one. This next story comes from the Cree Nation, which is Treaty 6 territory in Canada. Hello, I'm from the Cree Nation, Treaty 6, Canada, Turtle Island. This story dates back to June of 2020. We were chilling at our family's place out in Ermineskin. We were drinking heavily, playing loud music, and having a res party with my ex, my cousins, their dad, and their dad's woman. We were making constant runs to the liquor store to the next town over that weekend, keeping the party going throughout the whole weekend. We brought a bottle to the basement and had unknowingly awoke and invited a spirit of some kind to that party. There was a cat downstairs that was afraid to even go down there. The cat ran upstairs and we followed after it, trusting her initial instinct. Shortly after leaving the basement, we heard a loud bang that sounded like someone kicked the laundry machine. My cousins went down to inspect and find a logical explanation as to what made that loud noise when no one was down there, only to find nothing. No explanation. Continuing forward, they came up and told us to stay away from there, not to go down anymore. The party continued throughout the night. Heavy drinking, loud music, cheering our beers and passing the bottle. The heavy feeling started getting more intense. We left the living room and continued the party in my dad's room. Around 3 a.m., my friend's dad shows us a video of a close, unexplainable encounter they had of a recording on their phone. The fear throughout all of us intensified, and so did our emotions. Heavy negative emotions. Next thing you know, my two cousins were fighting in the living room and then ended up outside as the sun was rising because we didn't feel safe inside the house. We sat on the porch smoking ciggies while drinking heavily. Out of nowhere, my cousin started to feel very hot and uneasy. He took his shirt off and we all saw his back. There were long red scratch marks forming from the top of his shoulder blades down to his lower back. We were speechless. He grabbed some sage to smudge the negative emotions between them and make amends. To rid the energy away, the sage was lit and a prayer was said within for everyone there. My cousin grabbed a bottle and started booking it. My other cousin ran after him, trying to catch him as he ran around the front yard, around the parked vehicles. Eventually, my cousin was able to retrieve the bottle and told him to sober up, to quit hogging the bottle. Don't we know somebody like that? Always hogging that bottle, always babysitting and taking care of it and don't want to share. I'm sorry, I had to laugh. That was funny. After we got tired and continued back inside into the living room, we slept on the couch until the sun came up some more. My cousin couldn't handle the loud music and the energy that was lingering inside the house, so he went to his car to sleep until a dog approached him. He went back inside to the loud music. It was daylight by now, and the energy had calmed down. After that, we never went back or drank at that place out in Ermineskin, Cree Nation. We will never forget what happened and what we all experienced there at night. Thank you for letting me share. You know what? I've always heard that in the native way, when you drink, you are like a shell. And when you drink or do any kind of substances, you open up the shell and allow other energies or bad stuff enter your body. You're pretty much not control your body, so it's easier for other outer things to target you. So that makes sense. But that's crazy though. I've never heard that at a drinking party. I don't know. That's crazy. I would freak out. I would not go back to that house either. Yeah, that sounds, to me, it sounds demonic. When scratches are involved, that totally sounds demonic. So I hope you guys are all okay and you guys haven't encountered anything. Thank you for sharing your story. This last story comes from Bylis, Arizona, which is on the San Carlos Apache Reservation. Hi, Kitty. I'm from Bylis. I just recently subscribed and found your YouTube from my sister-in-law. After watching your scary stories videos, I had to tell one that recently happened to me. Let's call it the growl. Ew. Shout out to people from my res that be sending in stories. I am still waiting for people from White River to match this San Carlos and Bailes energy and share your stories, because I have not received one from White River. If you guys have some in Fort McDowell, Camp Verde, Oklahoma tribes, Apache tribes, any tribes, share your stories, please. The more stories we get, the more people we will reach through these videos. So keep sending in your stories. In August of this year, my husband and I were invited by friends to a wedding reception, which took place at Honda Casino. After I just said White River, located on the White Mountain Apache Res. After we started getting a couple of drinks in, feeling good and dancing, the wedding reception was over. After the reception was over, we headed back to our rooms and caught up with our friends. One of our friends gets a text saying to meet them at the after party at a place called Cooley Lake. Mind you, it was like 1 or 1:30 in the morning. My husband, my cousin, and the friends who invited us went to go check it out. By that time, we were feeling pretty good, if you know what I mean. We get there and there's a bunch of people, cars everywhere, music playing, people laughing and dancing. It was pitch black. People were using their phones as flashlights. I pulled out my phone and started recording. I know I was standing by a tree, moving my phone to record everyone talking. I didn't have the flash on though. I was a little buzzed, but I knew what I was doing. We left the party about 3 a.m. and headed back to our room. The next day, I happened to go through my phone and listening to the recording. I kid you not, there was a growl of some sort in the video. I freaked out. Ew, I just got chills. I swear I just did. Ooh. I showed my husband and my cousin. They were both shocked and wondered if I was standing next to someone. I told them I wasn't, and I knew what I was doing. Fast forward to a couple weeks ago, my husband showed that video to a friend of ours that was at that party. He was also shocked. He wanted that video, and so we sent it to him. I guess he sent it to others that were at the party. One of the guys at the party said he noticed 4 tall guys dressed in black walking around at that party. He tried to offer them beer, but they refused. Ew! I literally got chills all over my body. It's pretty trippy. Till now, we don't know what that was that I caught on my video. But going back to one of your videos, you mentioned that when alcohol and drugs are involved, that gives evil or whatever to target you because you're not in your right mind. Didn't I just say that? Yes, I've said that plenty of times on here. Sorry for the long story. Thank you, and I love watching your videos. Thank you for sending that. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I guess this could count as a video from White River, but still, I'm gonna need my White River relatives to send in some videos because I know you guys got videos. And man, I would ask you to send me this video so I can hear it, but no, I'm good. I believe you. That's crazy. That is really creepy. That is scary. I am so glad. You know what? When we did go and party out in White River, I was always freaked out because I've always heard stories, especially out in the woods and stuff. The energy in those woods are pretty creepy, and yeah, ooh, that's scary. That is creepy. I hope you guys got some kind of prayer done after that. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Please send in more scary stories if you guys want scary videos, because we are definitely running low. The way you can send in yours is right here through my email, whatwouldkittydo12@gmail.com. The longer the better. The more detailed, the better. We'll see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you later.